As many of us already know, Fox has acquired Smackdown Live and the show will be moving to their broadcast starting in October, and it's been reported that Fox will have a complete overhaul on the show and we will be seeing something totally different than what we're used to. Well, thank God, because Smackdown Live has been extremely boring over the last few months and they are in need of a desperate change. In this video, I have a few suggestions that can help Fox save Smackdown Live, starting with number 10, a new logo. First things first, I don't like the Smackdown logo right now. I think it was dumb to change the name from Smackdown to Smackdown Live because the show was going to air live. It just didn't, I didn't like it at all. There is a new logo that is airing on Fox commercials, but I think that looks kind of ugly as well. I think the first ever logo and the ones from the 2000s were really well made and you should go back to the basics. Maybe they should create something similar because it was simple and effective. Number 9, bring back the fist stage. WWE has gotten really boring when it comes to the physical aspect of their productions. We went from awesome stages and designs to a simple LED wall. I never liked this, and I believe WWE should bring back the fist for SmackDown Live. First of all, this would show that they're going to try more. Second of all, it would add a lot of nostalgia. And third of all, it just looks absolutely awesome and legendary. I'd rather have them spend their money on this than Brock Lesnar's contract. Number 8, end the wild card rule. Do I really need to talk about this? Like, I made a whole video on it. But this wildcard rule is universally hated by almost every wrestling fan, and it needs to go away forever and never be brought back. Make it go away in the next hour, in the next minute. Let's just all forget that this ever happened, and I want SmackDown Live to have a roster that's exclusive. Number 7, the draft. After WWE does decide to end the wildcard rule, I think they should reintroduce the draft because it could lead to a lot of great TV. First, they should have the same draft as the one from 2016. We should have this every single year and it should be presented the same way that sports do it. NXT superstars could be drafted, GMs can make blockbuster trades, and the wrestlers can even get frustrated forcing their way out of a brand. Then you can have free agent signings. This could be one of the most interesting nights of the year. Number 6, more wrestling, less cringy promos. I watched a full episode of SmackDown Live and it was interesting to say the least. There were many matches that night and I would say it was somewhere between 6 or 7 and each of them only lasted about 2 to 3 matches. This is not a good look. Fox needs to ensure that the matches are longer and the wrestling is better. Let the talents have great matches. We all know people like Andrade and Balor are more than capable enough of giving us weekly classics. Spend more time on this than the terrible and cringy promos that take up more than 20 minutes. Number 5, focus on younger superstars. Here's a list of people who need to be a priority for Fox. Buddy Murphy, Asuka, Ali, Andrade, Apollo Crews, Chad Gable, EC3, Finn Balor, Rusev, Sami Zayn, and Sasha Banks. Stop putting these great talents to the side for The Undertaker or Goldberg and even Shane McMahon. It's time to move forward and utilize this amazing group of wrestlers. Number 4, Mauro Ranallo. When WWE first introduced the brand split, they got Mauro Ranallo to be the commentator of SmackDown Live, and he was perfect. Mauro is the number 1 choice as the voice of SmackDown. He does a great job at hyping up the matches, adding to the storyline, and using pop culture references. I believe him, Corey Graves, and Tom Phillips could be one of the greatest commentary teams of all time. But he needs to still be able to do the NXT gig because he's perfect there and I love him there and he makes everything much better in NXT. And it's only one day for like 4 weeks of tapings. Number 3, bring back Ronda Rousey. WWE recently posted a head-to-head video where 2 people talked about whether or not WWE needs Ronda Rousey, and I think they most certainly do. The women's division feels kind of empty without Ronda Rousey. She makes everything feel much more important and she was quickly becoming one of the best in the ring. I want to see her have a longer feud with Sasha Banks because they were really good together. Also, her fighting Bayley, Ember Moon, and Charlotte on SmackDown could be really good for the women's division. Number 2, make it feel like a sport. Fox has made it very apparent that they want to change the style of SmackDown from a family-friendly show to an action-packed and hard-hitting sport. They need to double down on this and introduce press conferences and even have Talking Smack return for post conferences. They should also make sure that all the wins and losses mean things with Superstar Power rankings. This could be a really nice change we haven't seen in the WWE. It would also differentiate SmackDown from Raw. And number 1, have Triple H run it. In order for all the things I mentioned to be well executed, Fox will need Triple H to run and operate the show with Eric Bischoff. Vince McMahon can run Raw with Paul Heyman, but he needs to stay away from this project for it to be successful. Triple H has proved that he has a very similar model with NXT that feels like a sport and does everything right, so have him deal with it. And that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter at Valplana, and I'll see you all in the next video.